Good evening and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika. In the next half an hour, we'll get you 100 news and updates from the country and the world. Let's quickly begin. On the occasion of the birth anniversary of Baba Sahib Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, the architect of India's constitution, President Draupadi Murmu extended her heartfelt greetings and best wishes to the fellow citizens. The President also paid floral tributes to Baba Sahib Dr. B.R. Ambedkar on his birth anniversary at Prerna Sthal, Samvidhan Sadan in New Delhi. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar paid tribute to Bharat Ratna Baba Sahib Ambedkar on his birth anniversary today. He said that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar transformed the course of Indian history through his intellect, conviction and commitment. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also paid his heartfelt tribute to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar on his birth anniversary. Prime Minister remarked that Baba Sahib's principles and ideals will give strength and momentum for creation of a self-reliant and developed India. Posting on X, Prime Minister said that it is due to his inspiration that the country is dedicatedly engaged in realizing the dream of social justice today. Tributes were also paid to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar at the Central Hall of the Indian Parliament. Leaders and members of the Parliament of both the houses paid homage to the architect of the Indian Constitution and remembered his struggle for economic and social rights of women and deprived classes. During his visit to Haryana, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today flagged off commercial flight from Hisar in Haryana to Ayodhya in UP. Prime Minister also laid the foundation stone of the new terminal building of Hisar Airport, built at a cost of over 410 crore rupees. Prime Minister said the inauguration of Hisar Airport marks a significant milestone in Haryana's developmental journey, adding that it will boost regional connectivity and catalyze economic growth across the state. Addressing the gathering, Prime Minister reaffirmed government's commitment to inclusive growth. Prime Minister said government's mantra is to work for the rapid development of all marginalized and backward communities in the region. Prime Minister also said that before 2014 there were 74 airports in the country, but today there are over 150 airports, adding that every year there are record airline passengers across the country. Slamming the opposition, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that lakhs of hectares of lands are held in the name of Waqf. If the benefits from Waqf properties had reached the needy, they would have been uplifted. Prime Minister also inaugurated and laid the foundation stone of developmental work in Yamuna Nagar, a move that will boost the power infrastructure in the region, along with electricity reaching the last mile. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also laid the foundation stone of 800 megawatt modern thermal power unit of Deen Bandhu Chotu Ram Thermal Power Plant at Yamuna Nagar, Haryana today. The unit, spread across 233 acres, will significantly boost Haryana's energy self-sufficiency and provide uninterrupted power supply across the state. Addressing the public gathering, Prime Minister said that Baba Sahib Ambedkar emphasized industrial development as a key pathway to achieving social justice, and the government is carrying forward the ideas of Baba Sahib. Speaking at the All India Forensic Science Summit 2025, Home Minister Amit Shah said that under Prime Minister's leadership, the government is trying to make country's justice system people-centric and scientific. Home Minister Amit Shah presented the awards to winners of Forensic Hackathon at inaugural session of the summit in New Delhi. Home Minister also said that 3 new criminal laws are the biggest reforms of the 21st century and the government is trying to make the justice system people-centric and scientific. The Office of the Principal Scientific Advisor, Professor Ajay Kumar Sood, to the Government of India today released the first edition of International Technology Engagement Strategy for Quantum. The report was officially unveiled on the occasion of World Quantum Day 2025, celebrated every year on the 14th of April. This report comes with a special significance because of 2025 being the International Year of Quantum Science and Technology designated by the United Nations. Fugitive businessman Mehul Choksi has been arrested in Belgium on India's extradition request for his role in PNB, Punjab National Bank loan fraud case. Indian agencies, the Enforcement Directorate and the Central Bureau of Investigation moved for his extradition from Belgium. Indian Coast Guard, in a joint overnight operation with the Gujarat Anti-Terrorist Squad on the 12th and 13th of April, seized over 300 kilograms of narcotics worth approximately 1,800 crore rupees. The seized narcotics have been brought to Porbandar for further investigation. Lauding the act, Home Minister Amit Shah said that this operation in the seas is a shining example of the success of the Modi government's whole-of-government approach to rooting out the evil of narcotics. Central Bureau of Investigation arrests Pushpajit Purakshayastha, ex-Axis Bank branch manager in Guwahati, and Sandeep Gupta in Dibrugarh in connection with the DB Stock consultancy scam. Asian markets rebounded on Monday and Europe looked set to follow after the White House eased tensions by exempting smartphones and computers from new US tariffs. S&P 500 and Nasdaq futures climbed over 1%, while European futures also rose, with Euro Stoxx 50 gaining 2.5%. Japanese and Chinese markets saw modest gains, particularly among Apple suppliers, while the US dollar weakened further and gold surged to a record $3,245 per ounce. Oil prices edged higher on Monday after US exclusions on some tariffs. Brent crude futures rose by 0.12% to $64.84 a barrel. Singapore downgraded its economic growth forecast for 2025. The country's economy grew 3.8% in the first quarter, which is lower than the previous quarter's 5%, and the government now expects growth to range from 0 to 2%, which is down from an earlier forecast of 1 to 3%. US President Donald Trump warned on Sunday that no country would be getting off the hook on tariffs despite a 90-day reprieve on some levies, while also downplaying exemptions for Chinese technologies. Donald Trump said the exclusion of the smartphone and computers from his reciprocal tariffs on China will be short-lived, pledging a national security trade investigation into the semiconductor sector. US President Donald Trump said on Sunday that he expects to make a quick decision on Iran, following both Washington and Tehran described as positive and constructive nuclear talks in Oman last week. Iran's foreign ministry has said that talks with the United States slated for next weekend would remain indirect, with Omani mediation, and be focused solely on the nuclear issue and lifting of sanctions. A Russian missile attack on the Ukrainian city of Sumy on Sunday killed at least 34 people and injured 117 others. The attack has been strongly condemned by Kyiv's Western allies. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Sunday called for a strong international response to Russia's missile strike as US President Donald Trump's push to end the conflict continues to face hurdles. Russia's defense ministry accused Ukraine on Monday of carrying out 8 attacks on Russian energy infrastructure over the past day. European Union foreign ministers gathered in Luxembourg on Monday to discuss the conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East, EU-Africa relations and the Western Balkans. European Union Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas called for maximum pressure on Russia to end its conflict in Ukraine. Ministers were expected to discuss contributions to the so-called Kallas plan that involves spending 5 billion euros on 2 million rounds of large-caliber artillery ammunition this year. Chinese President Xi Jinping has arrived in Vietnam to begin a key three-nation Southeast Asia trip. He's set to meet with Vietnamese Communist Party General Secretary Tu Lam to discuss bilateral relations. South Korea's former President Yoon Suk-yeol faces trial on charges of leading an insurrection when he declared martial law late last year, triggering a high-stakes legal battle. Hong Jo-po, the former mayor of Daegu, South Korea, announced his bid for the presidency via a social media platform. Ecuador's Electoral Council has declared Daniel Noboa the winner of the presidential election following the release of preliminary results. Gabon's junta leader, Brice Oligui has claimed victory in the presidential election, securing over 90% of the vote. Sudan's rapid support forces have taken control of the famine-stricken Zamzam camp in Darfur, following an intense fighting in the region. Spain's Coast Guard rescued 50 migrants attempting to cross the perilous waters to the Canary Islands in an inflatable boat. The US deported 10 alleged gang members to El Salvador in a move coinciding with Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele's visit to meet with President Donald Trump at the White House. Hundreds of Dominicans, including President Luis Abinader, attended a ceremony honoring the victims of 8th of April nightclub roof collapse, the Caribbean nation's deadliest disaster in recent decades. 6 people killed after a Mitsubishi Mu-2B aircraft crashed in a muddy field in Copiague near the Massachusetts state line while en route to Columbia County Airport. Time to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked, we just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back after that short break. You're watching Express News. Let's continue. A powerful cold front has swept across many regions of China, triggering strong winds and severe weather warnings, forcing the authorities to issue an emergency measure. The China Meteorological Authority has issued an orange alert for gales with significant damage reported in Liaoning County, Hebei province. A 6.5 magnitude earthquake struck south of the Fiji Islands on Monday, with authorities monitoring the situation for potential aftershocks. The earthquake, which hit at a shallow depth of 10 kilometers, is likely to lead to aftershocks, according to the National Center for Seismology. Torrential rainfall over Lezonorate on the Canary Islands caused extensive flooding, turning roads into rivers and damaging the homes. Lake Constance's water levels have plummeted dramatically due to prolonged drought and reduced alpine meltwater, leaving harbours dry and disrupting boating activities. Bayburt in Turkey was unexpectedly blanketed in snow, with up to 15 centimeters accumulating in the higher elevations, surprising the residents during mid-April. In Lopera, a small town of Indonesia, local residents are protesting plans to replace centuries-old olive groves with large-scale solar farms. The Indian Meteorological Department has warned of a heat wave affecting parts of northwest India and Gujarat starting from Tuesday. A forecast of heavy rainfall, thunderstorms and lightning and strong winds will impact East Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh over the next 4 to 5 days. Mario Vargas Llosa, the renowned Peruvian author and Nobel laureate, passed away at the age of 89 in Lima, leaving behind a legacy of literary excellence. North Korea hosted a photo exhibition in Pyongyang showcasing over 380 images of the city's urban transformation and infrastructure developments, celebrating its modern growth. Visitors in the World Expo in Osaka are admiring exhibits such as wooden sculptures and Japanese animation-themed tapestries in the French pavilion, blending culture and innovation. World Expo 2025 in Osaka is a grand showcase for future technologies with over 160 participating countries, highlighting the theme of global harmony. A charity auction has put nearly 200 iconic items from the Paris 2024 Olympic and Paralympic Games on sale, giving fans a final chance to own a piece of sporting history. The 38th edition of the Berck International Kite Festival began under sunny skies in northern France, attracting thousands of visitors to watch stunning kites fill the air. Thousands of revelers took to the streets of Bangkok, armed with plastic water guns, to celebrate Thailand's traditional New Year amid the scorching April heat. The 78th Blooming Corso Bullen Streak, one of the largest flower parades in Netherlands, dazzled crowds with spectacular floral floats stretching over 42 kilometers. In Clermont-Ferrand, France, 150 cyclists of all the ages gathered for the world's shortest hill climb competition, racing on a scenic route filled with unique challenges. Brazil's unique pet yoga project in Rio de Janeiro offers participants a chance to practice yoga while being chosen by a pet, fostering both wellness and animal adoption. On Palm Sunday, Poles in traditional costumes paraded ornately decorated palms in the village of Laize, kicking off the Easter celebrations with a joyful procession. Bangladesh is filled with excitement as people celebrate Pahila Boishakh, the Bengali New Year, with a spirit of inclusivity, cultural displays and traditional feasts. In Kerala, the farming festival Vishu marks the new year, including the auspicious Vishu Kani, where devotees arrange items before the deity to welcome prosperity. Tamil Nadu is celebrating Puthandu, the Tamil New Year, an occasion of renewal and hope with various cultural rituals and community celebrations across the state. Assam is celebrating Rongali Bihu, also known as Bohag Bihu, welcoming the Assamese New Year with vibrant celebrations, including traditional dance and music. In India's Murshidabad, the Gajan festival marks the last day of the Bengali calendar, with devotees engaging in elaborate rituals, including painting their faces and dancing with skulls. Pop superstar Katy Perry, journalist Gayle King and Lawrence Sanchez are all set to blast off into space on Blue Origin's upcoming NS-31 mission. The 6-women crew will blast off on Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket from the company's launch site in Texas on Monday. Chaos erupted at a concert in Mexico's Texcoco when artist Luis R. announced he couldn't perform his popular song linked to Sinaloa cartel figures. Thousands attended a vibrant Comic-Con event in Prague, with attendees donning intricate costumes of beloved characters from pop culture. John Marsh, the legendary actress and co-creator of the iconic British drama Upstairs Downstairs, passed away at the age of 90. Quinta Brunson is set to host the next episode of Saturday Night Live on the 3rd of May with musical guest Benson Bourne, promising a night of humor and music. A Minecraft movie has shattered box office expectations, becoming the highest-grossing Hollywood film of 2025 with a second weekend haul of $80.6 million. Post Malone closed out Coachella with an unforgettable performance, while stars like Billie Eilish made surprise appearances at the California Desert Festival. Veteran actor Anupam Kher's second directorial venture, Tanvi the Great, will make its world premiere at the prestigious Cannes Film Festival 2025. Lucknow Super Giants will look forward to capitalize on Chennai's struggles when the two sides clash in Indian Premier League at Ekana Cricket Stadium on Monday evening. Royal Challengers Bengaluru cruised into a 9-wicket victory over Rajasthan Royals in IPL on Sunday after Virat Kohli and Phil Salt slammed half-centuries. Karun Nair's 89 of 40 went in vain as Mumbai Indians registered a thrilling 12-run victory over Delhi Capitals in Indian Premier League match at Arun Jaitley Stadium on Sunday. Royal Challengers Bengaluru batting maestro Virat Kohli has become just the second batter to complete a century of half-centuries in the T20 format. Rohit Sharma recorded second lowest batting average as opener since IPL 2023 after mediocre outing against Delhi Capitals. Former Indian captain Sourav Ganguly has been reappointed as the chairperson of the ICC Men's Cricket Committee, while VVS Lakshman has been picked again as one of the panel members. The Indian compound mixed team of Rishabh Yadav and Jyoti Venom bagged first gold medal at the Archery World Cup in Auburn Dole City of the United States. India clinched a silver medal in the men's recurve team event at the Archery World Cup. Dheeraj, Tarundeep and Atanu Das bagged India's third medal of the season. Abhishek Verma narrowly missed out on a podium finish, finishing fourth in the compound men's individual category. Magnus Carlsen overcame Hikaru Nakamura to take 1-0 lead in the Paris Freestyle Chess Grand Slam final on Monday. Host Chicago Fire held Inter Miami to a surprising goalless draw in their Major League Soccer encounter on Monday. Manchester United slipped 14th Premier League defeat of the season after being beaten by 4-1 at Newcastle on Sunday. Virgil van Dijk scored a late winner against West Ham on Sunday to take Liverpool closer to the Premier League title. In golf, Rory McIlroy defeated Justin Rose at the Masters on Sunday to become the sixth player and first European to complete the career Grand Slam of golf's 4 majors. And Hockey India on Monday announced a 26-member Indian women's hockey team strong squad for the upcoming tour of Australia, scheduled to take place from the 26th of April till the 4th of May this year. And with this, it's a wrap here on Express News for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. So don't go anywhere, keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates from the country and the world. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Namaskar.